Well, guys, it's Saturday. You know what that means, as I've done each and every Saturday for the past 2.5 years. I've given you an opportunity to save potentially hundreds of dollars on your purchase today, thanks to a coupon that today will get you 23% off your total purchase price. And remember, this is a mix and match coupon. It's good for any handicappers plays. It's good for any handicappers packages. It's for anything here at the site. You save 23% off your total purchase price by using coupon code 23%. That's 23%, no space between the number and the word, 23%. Now, the only stipulation, as I always remind you, is that you've got to put everything in your shopping cart at one time. So, for example, if you're going for Scott Delaney's 8th straight winning day, his 100-dime opening round game of the year on San Antonio and Dallas, and you want to get that play and then come back later in the day to get somebody else's selection, that doesn't work. You've got to put everything in your shopping cart at one time, and then you go ahead and you take 23% off your total purchase price by using coupon code 23%. Now, maybe you just want to buy one particular thing today, and maybe it would be more beneficial for you to save $26 off a single purchase. You can do so as well. $26, $260 will do that for you. Half price play of the day. Well, guys, we're going to turn to Anthony Redd because last night you got a 60-dime playoff winner, number 4 in a row. How easy was that one with Portland and Houston over the total by 22 points? You got it for just $9 as he improved to a perfect 3-0 in the Rockets Trailblazers series with his side and total selections combined. Today he's upping the ante. 100-dime basketball winner, number 10 out of 11, your Miami Charlotte side. This is just the second 10-dimer of the NBA season. He won the first. And, of course, then he went on to hit 8 out of 9 with college basketball 100-dimers, including 2 just a few weeks ago in the big dance in the Final Four. Of course, Wisconsin upset of Arizona, and then Kentucky over Michigan as well. Or no, I'm sorry, that was the Elite Eight and Sweet 16, wasn't it? Who cares at this point? It doesn't matter. The bottom line is he won the games. So, 100-dime basketball winner number 10 out of 11, you get it for half price by using coupon code HALF, H-A-L-F. Also today, turning to Trace Adams. Normally, a 1,000-star play is his top-rated selection, but today he has his Raise the Bar 1,500-star NBA winner number 4 in a row. It's his opening round total of the year, part number 2, Miami and Charlotte. Part 1 was the Bulls-Wizards over by 16 points last night. It's 777 winner number 6 out of 7. 6 out of 7. You get it for $7.77 by using the coupon code 777, T-R-I-P-L-E, and the number 7. Again, triple play 7 winner, number 6 out of 7, and you save $70 in the process, and that's the last 70s to say in a minute, telling you about something. And finally, the $5 play of the day. It's early, but it's available till 1 o'clock Eastern time. Matt Rivers, a 5,000-star play is the biggest play he releases. His one and only 500,000-star NL game of the month. Your Washington-San Diego game, 105, first pitch in the nation's capital. His first 500,000-star play of the season. It matches the biggest of his career. You get it for $5 by using coupon code MATT5, MATT5. Okay, guys, I told you about Scott Delaney. I told you about Anthony Redd. Oh, FYI, Anthony Redd and Brian Rosica, who, let me just check on Rosica's record here for you. Yes, as I always say, you got to love these live video reports, especially when I think of things at the top of my head and I didn't research it before I started the video. But Brian Rosica today has a big play on the Charlotte-Miami game as well. 75-dime winner number 6 out of 8. His last one was, of course, the Clippers over Golden State by 40 last weekend. This play is just as strong. He is on the same side as Anthony Redd. And, of course, A-Redd is the half-price play of the day. So I just wanted to throw that out there for you. Okay, let's get going here with your complimentary plays. First of all, in the NBA, I want to talk about a couple games. First, starting with Miami and Charlotte. You know, the Heat could have covered, coulda, shoulda, maybe could have covered against the Bobcats in game number 2. But the fact is they found themselves having to hold on and come up with a defensive stop just to pull out the straight-up win. And it has me a little bit concerned that, you know, the great Miami Heat, the 2-time defending champions, King James and all that crap, 3 games over 500 on the road this season? Not exactly a dynasty here, you know what I mean? 3 games over 500 on the road, 22-19. The good news is, because they played so poorly, especially in the fourth quarter, in game number 2 against a Charlotte team whose best player, Al Jefferson, is clearly hobbled by that foot injury that he suffered in the first quarter of the series opener. They're only a 5-point favorite tonight. Now, if they were 7.5, no way, I'm laying it. But at 5, I think you got to go with Miami in this particular spot here, because the fact is, it all comes down to Al Jefferson. This is a guy in 3 regular season games against the Heat this season. I think his numbers were 25 points and 13 rebounds on average. A guy who finished the regular season on a red-hot roll. The difference in the series is his mobility is limited. His ability to go to the rack and dominate down low is limited. And you know that's the one place that you can exploit the Miami Heat. And you look at the free throw differential between these two teams. There you are with Charlotte with the big guy in the middle. And yet Miami has gone to the line 55 times, and Charlotte has only gone to the line 31 times through the first 2 games. And here's the most amazing stat. You know, Al Jefferson doesn't have one free throw attempt in this series so far, which means A, he's not getting the ball and being aggressive enough down low, and B, he doesn't have the ability necessarily to be aggressive enough and get the ball down low in the paint. So I think today, with the Heat having won, 18 straight in the series, I'm going to go with them in this spot. Another interesting game today, I thought, is the San Antonio-Dallas game. You know, the Mavericks finally got the monkey off their back, finally winning in San Antonio, ending a lengthy losing streak against the Spurs. And really, if you look at the first 2 games of the series, other than the final 6 or 7 minutes of game number 1, you know Dallas has outplayed the Spurs hands down, which is kind of surprising when you consider the Spurs have more depth, more size, and they're simply the better team. Okay? You got a Dallas team that is such a liability defensively, a Dallas team that simply doesn't, other than when Samuel Dallenberg decides to occasionally go to the rack, doesn't do a good job rebounding. The one plus for the Mavericks in this contest has been the emergence of Devin Harris. Harris has always been a Spurs killer, always because of his athleticism and his speed on the floor, been a thorn in Tony Parker and the Spurs side, and Harris has played very well off the bench in the first 2 games. 19 points in the opener, 18 points in game number 2. Jose Calderon, the starting point guard, finally woke up and played well in game number 2 as well, as did Monta Ellis. But I'm looking at this game, and the Spurs are only a 3.5-point favorite. Again, look at the 2 rosters. There is a reason that the Spurs have absolutely owned the Mavericks. There is a reason that Dallas is just really not much more than a 500 team. There's a reason Dallas doesn't play defense, doesn't rebound. And I think San Antonio, minus the points, is the way to go here. As you discount the home advantage again in this postseason, because you've seen how the road teams have just been so dominant. Now, for your other game today, Indiana and Atlanta, listen, if you know who's going to win that game, you call me, because damned if I know. All I told you about the Pacers is this. You know, this is a team that needs psychoanalysis. This is a team that definitely needs some big-time therapy. You tell me which schizophrenic team is going to show up today in Atlanta. God knows. Your other free selection, and of course that leaves the Oklahoma City-Memphis game, which is my best bet today. As for your baseball free selection, it was interesting yesterday. It didn't exactly work out as to plan for me. I went 2-0 with my baseball free plays, giving you 2 easy run line winners, the Oakland A's and San Francisco Giants. And then, of course, I took the Baltimore Orioles as my 10-time winner, number 8 out of 10, which matches my second biggest play ever in baseball. You got it for $5, and the Orioles got shut out 5-0. So not exactly going to plan. But today, for your free play, I'm going to go for another run line play. And I like Seattle, plus $1.25 at home against Texas. Listen, I know Felix Hernandez has struggled in his career against the Rangers. I know Felix Hernandez was awful against the Rangers last year. But I also know Felix Hernandez 2 years ago was just dynamite against the Rangers pitching at home. And I know Hernandez, despite a lack of run support this entire season, was dynamite against the Rangers just in his most recent start at Texas 2 starts ago. 7 innings, 4 hits allowed, 1 run, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. The reason I like Felix Hernandez here tonight, though, is that he's coming off a bad game. And this guy doesn't have that many bad games. So you almost want to jump right back on board after he had a bad one. And he did have a bad one against the Houston Astros, giving up a season-high 7 runs and 7 hits, or 6 runs and 7 hits and 7 innings pitched. And really, the most alarming stat, he had a season-low 4 strikeouts in his last start against the Astros. This after striking out at least 8 batters in each of his 4 starts. So I'm going to go with Hernandez and the Mariners on the run line. Listen, I know the Mariners had lost 8 out of 9 before winning last night. The Rangers had won 8 out of 9 before losing last night. The Mariners had lost 8 in a row and 10 out of 11 before winning last night. This is more also a play of going against Colby Lewis. I know he has pitched effectively in his first 2 starts after nearly a 2-year absence because of hip and arm problems, okay? Giving up just 5 runs in 10 2/3 innings and also giving up 14 hits in that stretch. So let's say they get 5 innings from him again. The Rangers bullpen has been overworked already this season and hasn't been the most productive. So I'm going to go with the Mariners. They're playing with a little confidence. I mean, after all, they did put a 4 spot up on the bottom of the 8th inning and then rallied. Weathered a Rangers rally. Weathered a Rangers rally. Go ahead. I dare you. 3 times, quick as you can. Weathered a Rangers rally. In the 9th inning last night to win that particular contest, again, I'm getting Seattle and King Felix as a $1.25 dog at home on the run line. That's worth the investment to me. That'll do it, guys. Best of luck to you all, and I will catch you again on Sunday morning when we do this one more time.